This screencast goes over how to add an anti-spam CAPTCHA to help decrease the amount of spam on your WordPress website, and it's tailored to using Gravity Forms on the back end. You might not know if you're using Gravity Forms or not, and I'll show you how to find out. So, first, this is free. That's the good news. On the back end of the website, log into WordPress first. Once you're logged into WordPress, look over at your left-hand navigation menu. If you see a little box or a little option called Forms that looks just like this one with my mouse right here, that means you're using Gravity Forms. And hopefully that's also the form type you're using on the website form that you want to add CAPTCHA to. So, first step is we need to install the CAPTCHA. To do that, we go to Plugins, Add New. The plugin that we're going to add is called Really Simple CAPTCHA. So you want to type in Really Simple CAPTCHA to the search box in the top right-hand corner. Once you type it in, it's the first one that comes up. Now mine already says active, but first yours will say Install Now. Click on Install Now. Then hang on a second. Once it's installed, this button right here will turn blue and change to Activate. Select Activate. Then your CAPTCHA is active. Next, we need to configure the CAPTCHA, and then we'll add it to our form. So, now that we have this plugin activated, we can go straight over to Gravity Forms and configure it. In order to do that, go to Forms, Settings, and you'll find that there's now a new section under your Forms General Settings called reCAPTCHA. First, you'll find that these two sections are blank. Your site key and your secret key, so we need to go set those up with reCAPTCHA. Don't worry, this is free too, and you'll use your Google account to do it. So, in order to do that, as your next step, click on the blue Read More about reCAPTCHA hyperlink. After you click on that hyperlink, you'll see this landing page open in a new tab. You should be on a google.com website page. It should say reCAPTCHA or something similar. In the top right-hand corner is an admin console blue button. Click on that blue button. After clicking on the blue reCAPTCHA button, you'll be prompted to register a new website. Now we register a new label for every single website. So we'll enter this website's domain as its label, but you can label it whatever you want depending on how you like to organize. At the time of making this recording, reCAPTCHA version 2 is the latest version that Gravity Forms supports, so that's the one we want to select. As time goes on, you might be able to find out if Gravity Forms is supporting version 3 yet. You could just Google it to find out. So we're going to select version 2, and then we're going to select the most simple I'm not a robot checkbox option. Then scroll down to add a domain. In our case, our domain is the same as the label. Make sure you're entering the domain with no www in front, no HTTP, just the solid domain. And that's all you have to do. If you're an agency doing this on behalf of a client, you might want to add in the client's email address so that they also have access to the CAPTCHA. Next, accept the terms of service, and then decide whether or not you'd like to get alerts if there's any misconfigurations or issues. With us, our hosting system provides alerts, and we monitor our websites, so we don't really need to get any more of them, so we uncheck this box. Then select Submit. You'll have two things pop up for you, a site key and a secret key. First, let's copy the site key, then input it into the reCAPTCHA settings that we have pulled up in a different tab. You'll see it says site key right here. Stick it in. Go back over and select secret key. Come back over, put it in right here. Then select checkbox right here. And keep in mind, just a heads up, we're back in WordPress now. Then you have to complete the CAPTCHA widget to validate your key. So you select the checkbox that you're not a robot. Then select Save Settings. Now your reCAPTCHA is all configured. All right, one more step to get it added on to your actual contact form. So now, under Forms in WordPress, pull up Forms and select the form that you would like to add the CAPTCHA to. When you hover over the form, you'll get more or a submenu option. Select Edit. Now scroll down to the bottom. People are used to having CAPTCHA as the very last field on their form. So scroll down to the bottom of the back end of your form. Now over on the right-hand side, there's a little section called Advanced Fields. Click on Advanced Fields and it pulls them all up. From the Advanced Fields options, find CAPTCHA. Hold down CAPTCHA with your mouse and drag and drop until you see a little white box up here. That suggests that you're about to input it in. Now in my case, we've already added one, but we can delete it to show what it looks like when we add it in. So drag and drop CAPTCHA all the way over to the last field on the form. That's all you have to do. Now hit the blue update button on the right-hand side. And your form now has CAPTCHA and you're ready to go. Check and make sure it looks how you'd like it to look by going back over to your contact form on your website, refreshing your browser, and making sure that you can see the robot form. If you'd like to see what it's like for someone who's filling it out, you might want to also fill out a new test form and then ensure that you're not a robot to make sure it's working correctly for you. And you're done.